Is it real? Is it really it? Really? Last class of March? Yes, it is. It is. This is Fun University, and tonight we are going to be talking about 6x6 cards. If you don't feel comfortable with them, stick around. Let's get started. Hi, I'm Mary Gunn. Welcome to Fun University. Hello, I'm Mary Gunn, Fun, founder and head professor of Fun University. Welcome to Fun University 105. It's a good night to have a class, don't you think? Hi, you guys, looking good in the chat. If you are visiting us and you are watching a replay, which I know a lot of you do, I gotta turn this thing off. It was chirping all night last time, and it's just, let me just turn it off. It needs to have a little rest anyway. That thing is a workhorse, I tell you. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, so we had 6x6 cards. We are a spin-off teaching show, a little bit disjointed here, but a spin-off teaching show of Craft Roulette, which is the ultimate paper crafting card-making game show challenge. And we are going to talk about one of the parameters tonight, or parameter playtime, as I kindly refer to it. The parameters, we spin 4 things, and oh, I was almost late, Linda. So we're both in the same case here. Same suitcase? No. What does that mean? I don't know. The parameters last Friday were fun. You guys loved them. You went crazy. I think we had close to or 130 plus submissions. You can find them on craftroulette.live in the gallery under episode 105. They're outstanding. I know, everybody, we all say it every week. It's not going to get any better. It's not going to get better, and it keeps getting better. I just love what you did with the 6x6s. However, I did do a poll, and I asked what card, if you were comfortable with 6x6 cards, and most people said that they were as comfortable with the 6x6 card as sitting in a box with a spider. So I thought, well, that should be the parameter that we play with tonight. So that's what we're going to do. And then I thought, well, let's just do a little twist. And there is a parameter called Dutch doors on the board. So on the parameter list, which I updated today, by the way. So I thought, let's put them together and maybe we kill 2 birds with 1 stone, which is really a kind of a horrible thing to say. Ugh. We'll think of another nicer way to say killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Other parameters were, the colors were black and white and 2. So I liked how you chose your 2 colors. I liked how you played the black and white with the 2 colors. Sometimes the black and white was predominant. Sometimes it was just in the background. It was great. I thought when you look at the gallery, you will find so many different interpretations. It's what we all love, isn't it? It is. Big and little was our element, which was crazy fun to see what you came up with. Some of the big and littles were big and little of the same thing. Some of the big and littles were big something and a little something. Some were like a big word, little word. What big box, little box, big frame, little frame. You did it again. You just did crazy. The polka dots, you worked into the backgrounds a lot or onto an element. Didn't see a lot of standalone polka dots. They were usually worked into something, which was really very, very clever. I think you guys did brain kissably good. So well done. But I was glad to see that you didn't shy away from the 6x6, because sometimes I think, oh man, I'm going to throw something out there, and that one thing is going to make them just go, I don't think so. And you'll think of a reason not to try, like watching the reruns of the Gilmore Girls for the 15th time. And that's, I would much rather have you being creative, but it's up to you. Anyway, but I don't want 6x6s to mess you up. They are fun cards. There are some things about them that may be surprising because of the canvas size is so different, that you may be surprised at how much room you really get with them. So let's go down and get started. You've seen enough of my face. There we go. There's my widow card. You are a wonderful person. I've used that little line so many times. It's just a wonderful little catch-all positive thing to say, I think. So, oh, there's Mr. Mike right in the view. I caught it this time. I know the postages are extra. I don't know. I thought I was going to lose 10 pounds this year too. And I thought I was going to get to the post office today, but they're in the same category. Didn't happen. But I was going to take one out and just see how much it cost. I have a hunch it's not a whole lot more. It'd be, heck, if you drove, right now with gas, if you drive across town, it's probably more than a stamp that's for a square card. So I feel like it's a good thing. Just a second. I'm still mute. I hit that. Dang it. I'm glad you guys started yelling at me. Steven's yelling at me. Okay, so what did I do? I just was talking about all the things I changed. I added some Easter eggs, some Nuvo drops as glaze, and some stitches. I think that's all I did. I think this would be good too if it had a little bit of punch to it, but it didn't, so it's okay. Later, I found some little raindrops, and I thought, oh, that would have been kind of cute. But he would have gotten wet, and that really would have been sad. So we don't want that. Did end up putting some scraps in here, and I thought that made a pretty okay card. Okay, so 6x6, ta-da. And your traditional A2. There really is quite a bit of difference. And here's some Merry math for you. Here's some Merry math for you. Oh my goodness. If you do the square inches on this, you have just under 2 feet of square inches, so to speak, 23 and a little bit square inches to work with, which is really weird, but it's true. You can do the math with numbers, or you can count the squares, and then if you count the squares on this guy, you have 36 square inches, which is a ton of room. That's like if you laid them all out in a line, it would be a yard. And this would be just under 2 feet. So that really is a lot of more space on a 6x6. So sometimes it can be a little bit intimidating when you're used to this size. I think it's great to break out and do that a little bit every once in a while, just to get your perspective and your proportions going and kind of having some fun with more things, because you can do some more kind of, you can use bigger stamps, bigger images than you can on here. Let's look. Let's just take a peek at that, shall we? Okay. Here's a little image. How big is it? It was on my mask. It's 2x2. And so you put it on here. He's not terribly small on there, but look what happens when he comes on this side. He's like minuscule. He looks like mouse furniture. I could put my mouse in there and he could be hiding right behind there and saying, "You're a wonderful chair." But anyway, it really is quite a bit more space, isn't it? So if we put it on top of this, you can't see it. Isn't that? It's a polar bear eating marshmallows in a snowstorm, but you've got all this space and a little bit extra up here. So you really do have a lot more to consider. Let's try a couple more things. I don't have anything really. This was just, let's throw some things over here. And it's not really a consideration of a perfect card. Here we've got a little ragged. He's a cute little guy. He's a little bit bigger than the chair, and he has lots of white space around him. if we put him on the 6x6, he has a whole lot of white space around him. He's like engulfed in white space. So a couple things you can do is you can use bigger things, but you can also use more mats. And you can move them farther apart. And so you can use more paper. If you're going to pay the extra postage, why not use more paper? You can also, here's another thing, you can use bigger sentiments. Now he's kind of looks funny with that big sentiment. But here's a fairly decent sized sentiment. Then you could start pulling some other things in. But you can just get some scraps and start playing around, especially on a 6x6. On this, you don't have that much room to play around with. But you can. With just some scraps, just play around. And then you could fill it. Ooh, that doesn't look right. Too much green on green. But just start playing. And if you don't like it, you can twist this one. This one you can't. This one stays the same, as you well know. And then you could have a little piece of white over there too. But this one's a nice big hunk of a sentiment. Just pull those out. And I did put some nice big die cuts here. Nice analogous colors. And they fill up the A2 pretty fast. Just have a little room for a sentiment there. But we can maybe just slide that right over here. And you've got a really dramatic in-your-face card. That looks really pretty. I love those analogous colors. Analogous. Oh my gosh, analogous. So you could do something like that. But I just wanted to point out how much more room you really do have on a 6x6. So considerations, it really is different. It's a different beast. So you guys did great. So either go bigger or you could pull it in, make the space for your focal smaller with some more mats. But use big, it's a great opportunity to use big flowers, big dogs. There were some big dogs, big sentiments, big words. It's a great, great canvas to play with. So, yep. Dutch doors. Dutch doors are, do you remember Captain Kangaroo? I think he had a Dutch door. The Dutch door was when he would open the top part and the bottom part would stay, and I thought that was the coolest door at the time. I didn't realize that bugs would just fly in, but maybe they lived where there weren't any bugs. Probably did because they were in a studio. But I digress. So a Dutch door is something that's going to have something that opens and something that opens. maybe independently or maybe together. So since we're doing a 6x6, here's a big piece of 12x6. We're just going to go ahead and fold it in half. So far, so good. Everybody with me? Fat chubby. A little chubby is the same postage as an A2. Yep, Mr. Green Jeans and the bunny. How he'd pound his head. He was kind of a crazy little guy. Here we go. There's my sample. I knew I had it somewhere. So here is a basic sample of a Dutch door. This is real basic, where we have the bottom part that opens independently from the top part. I assume, that you could put it this way and cut them both at the same time so that they both open this way. You sure could. And you could even cut this part off and have this part be the only part that opens, and then this would be gone. And you could put a focal point right here. We could put a flower. You could put a great big flower there, and then that would open, and that would be a Dutch door also. So there's several ways to think of it, more than one of those. Oh my gosh, I just opened a Dutch door and found all sorts of opportunities. So, for our Dutch door tonight, we're going to have it open at the top and open on the side, because it's going to be a fun door, a fun Dutch door. So, okay. So this is the guy. You can make this with a 6x6 cookie sheet paper pad, and I'll tell you how in a minute. But what you're going to want is something that is going to open like that. You can't. This was a piece of 12 by 2.5, folded at the 6, and then I just stuck it on there. See it? And then trim that to match. It's kind of like a gatefold in a way. This one is a 6.5 by 2.5. And I'm going to fold it at a 2 or a half, so that it will be 6 by 6. And we're going to use it as a hinge right there. So if you didn't have a 12 by 12 piece of paper, you could still do this with an 11 by 8.5. So there's that. And then we have this little guy that's going to flop down. You could get ridiculous. We're not tonight, but you could get ridiculous. And you could do some folds. You could have a pocket up here and have this part open. You could have this become part of a book binding and have it open like that. With a pocket up here, you could have a pocket hiding behind here. Oh my gosh, you could have so much fun. But we're not going to have any fun. Well, maybe a little. Okay, because my measurements aren't always very accurate, I'm going to go ahead and just give myself a little space, a little cheat line there. I think I got a little short. We're going to have some short pants here, sure enough. Okay, so if that bothered you, you could bring it on down just a little bit. There we go. And then that will be a basic fun fold Dutch door 6x6. But like I said, you could do it this way. I don't know that there's any doors that would go like that. Could you do it this way? I don't know why not. You could get very complicated. Another place that, these would be really fun to use is in junk journals and in interactive albums. But this could definitely be a really fun interactive card too, especially if you have something tucked in back there for a surprise. You have so many opportunities for interaction and making very complicated thoughts going on here, because if you have this, you have hello, this is my front, hello, this is my inside, right. Here you've got all sorts of things that you can do extra, which you can do on an A2 too. Okay, so that would be what I would call a really basic 6x6 fun fold or Dutch door. The next one I wanted to show you is a double Dutch door, and it is taking the same 6x12 and opening it up or folding it in half so that you have a 6x6 square. And then this is also another one of those 2.5 by 12 inch strips that I just folded and added. You could always put something on the inside too. Whoops, that didn't work. To cover up to hide that little seam if that bothered you. This would be a great way if you had a paper pack that you wanted to have several patterns go together, you could do it. Yep. So what I would do on something like this is I would wish that I had that piece that goes like this. But I didn't. Again, you're going to be bending it this way So one of the ways is not going to bend nicely if you don't add it this piece is a separate piece. So test your bendies. This is the push back side. So I'm going to cut it right along here. Okay, so this is now 2.5 by 12. You could make these bigger or smaller. That would be fun. You could have so much fun with it. But I thought for aesthetics this time, I would make the bottom part just a little bit smaller, a half an inch smaller than halfway. So, oh wait, this gets complicated, right? How are you going to make these in the middle? This is kind of like a gatefold idea, except bigger. So what I thought worked for me was I got a piece of 2 by 6. I guess this is 2.5 by 6. And just put it right here up against the edge and folded this to match that other edge. So it's just it's just a piece of, you could make it an inch or so. There we go. Now you can see. At 6 inches long, that just gives you something to fold up to without having to fold in the middle. And then you can just go with it and push it together like I do a gatefold so that you don't have to measure. Always a positive in my world. And then it just goes right here again on the, now you could do the measuring. If you want to measure, this is 2.5. If you want to take 2.5 off of this 12 by 6, you can do that. So I'll do that for you. It is now 2.5 inches shorter. So what I would think I would do, and I think this would work pretty well as far as not having to do too much measuring. I always try to make the least amount of measuring, is just put this on here. And then fold this down to meet it. And so that way you don't have to worry about having short pants like I did on the last one. These would be kind of fun just to have around too. And then if you get the bug, you can do something with it. I mean, you can do all sorts of fun things with it. You could have something here and I was thinking of a castle, actually, just a castle. And you could have some armed gnomes or something right here, robots. And then you open up the robots and they're no longer guarding the castle of mechanics. And then you go in, then this would be shaped and you open it up and you see the inside. I think it could be fantastic and way more than I was going to do. But that's how I would do. Not sure if that's the right way, but that's how I would suggest doing a double Dutch door. And what I did want to do with this, however, this was not good enough, was I really thought a belly band on this was a great addition. So I made a belly band with the focal point, and this holds all the doors shut. I don't know, maybe we should call it a belt. Belly band sounds, I don't know. But there it is with a belt, belly band belt. And with your focal point right here, you can do some more elaborate designs on the background. I was thinking like even a 6 by 6 mixed media page would be really cool. And then have a strong sentiment right here. I think it would be a great look. But those are just some ideas. And the belly band doesn't quite reach around the 6 by 6. So you have just a little gap there. So you're going to, yeah, can you see it? There we go. You do have a little tiny gap there. So you would want to have something over it to You like belted better? Me too. Belly band just is too personal. It always makes me feel a little conscientious of my own. So I thought we'd put one together tonight. This is one of those. You could. Okay, so if you had a 12 by 12, you could cut 3 inches off here and 3 inches here if you wanted to get like one piece of paper, and then cut it off at the 2.5. I just didn't want to do that. No, I didn't. My cutting skills are not that good. So this is what I did for this. I found some cute little pink balloon paper for the top. You could do it this way. Ready? Oh, Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to find her poor doggy a bone. You could have the cupboards. Yes, anyway. If you like scenes, you can do a ton of scenes on these. You can do, and if you like I said, if you like paper packs and you like all the patterns that they have, this is a great, great card to make. I can't see. There we go. Then I found some cute little pink pattern paper. And these aren't the same. These aren't from the same kit, so there are those things out there that will work for you. And look how cute that is already. It's instantly cute, isn't it? Okay, so then I have, this is 1 1 1/4 by 12, and I just duded it up a little bit, wrapped it around for a belt. Now this does not have to line up because we're going to put something else on top of it, like so. This should be in the center, but the gap doesn't have to be right there. So we'll just put this right up here, center it, and see where we need to put some glue. I got a little zealous there. Just stick him down there in the middle. He's pretty centered. This is another cheat for not wanting to do measurements. Follow me for not measuring. Ask me how. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, I would appreciate it if you do. Love all your chats. I will read them tomorrow. There. The belt is made. You don't want to put the belt on too tight either. So just keep it nice and loose. We're not too used to wearing anything but stretchy pants. So then we have this little guy to go in on top. And that's going to be a great big focal. See, if you take, this guy is pretty big, really. If he was on an A2, he would take a lot of space because he's 3.5 by 4. Let's see what that would look like. There's some pretty, see, that takes up almost that whole A2. And it doesn't take up almost, it leaves a lot of room. Oh, thanks, Christina. Worth staying up for. You silly girl. Then I just made some circles because I looked at these balloons and I thought, oh, I should make some balloon shapes. And I don't have any, didn't want to do, that's the wrong blue. So I just cut some circles. And I noticed that one of these balloons is clear and it has polka dots in it. So I thought I would do that with this clear one. And some of them have some stripes and some dots. So I thought I would do some dots. You could write words on here too. Didn't you love, maybe you still do, writing words on balloons and then blowing them up? Or when they were blown up and then giving them to somebody with them deflated and they had to blow up the balloon to see what you wrote. They didn't always like it, but I always did. So, okay, so then let's get a couple. Couldn't find it. It was clear. Let's get a couple. I cut some extras in case I wanted more of a bouquet. It's so sad that's not the right color blue, but it's not. Green and a pink and a blue color. I don't know if I got these right either. They're close. Close, close, close. I thought this is a kind of a cute thing to do. This is not the right blue. It'll be okay. I forgot a gold. I should have had the nib going this way. There we go. There's our balloon. Our clear, come on, darling. Our clear balloon. Oh, that's very festive. And we've got this little guy. And this little stinker, come on up here. These guys can float over the edge, too. Nothing holding them down except some strings. I am looking through my trash for some little tiny piece of paper. This will do. Instead of, I don't have the real honest to goodness balloon bottom, so I'm just going to add a little triangle. I don't think this is the same, but that's okay. It can be a rhombus. I think that's a rhombus. They have white strings. Ooh. They're forcing my hand to go 3D. I will oblige. Looks like this guy went to bed with its hair wet. Okay, so we'll just cut a couple of these. Ooh, what am I going to do with the clear one? Just, I can put it underneath and nobody will know. It will just have the string coming out. We can also separate these a little bit. That will just be the clear balloon. This is embroidery floss, so it's got tons of strands. Good, good, good. Okay, so let's just stick these guys down first. This was a paper pack that I got at my boyfriend Michael's. So it was one of his things where he's, wanted me to come visit. So he sent me a little thing and said, I can't give it to you free, but next to free, it's worth $20. But you can have it for, what did he give it to me for? $4.95. And I've gotten tons of use out of it. He was right. It was a good thing. I'm glad he was looking out after me. Okay, let's start sticking these guys down. I am going to get sticky. And I'm going to share the glue on other places on the card that I don't want it. I'm friendly that way. You're sticking too. Okay, so this guy's going to get a little bit of glue. He's going to get both sides. I don't want to cover up all his pretties. I got to cover up the tape though. I do get in a hurry here. Okay, so that string will be with the clear one. You can see some tape, that's okay. Shh. And we'll just put these guys down here. Oh, I got glue everywhere. And we'll just glue them down. Twist them, glue them. And then we'll put something on top of them. Look at that ick. I really made some ick there. Icka-did, icka, icka. And then this goes up a little bit. So that will be very, very cute. You know what we could put there? Where'd that happy birthday go? There we go. And we will have a good happy birthday card. And this isn't hard. It isn't tremendously fancy like we've discussed. It's a little more expensive in the United States. But what isn't? And then but it just is a bigger party. It's kind of a little party right here on your for a card. So something to consider. Maybe just a couple happies. An upside down happy is always good. I don't like that, but it's covering up my messes for right now. I'm happy with it. I'm just not going to glue it down. So that is how I would do a 6x6 double Dutch door card with a belt and a focal point. So then you open it up and you could put a huge happy and then a birthday that could reach all the way across. You could put gift cards in here or line them up. How fun would that be? You could put a little pocket in here with some pictures, a map for a treasure hunt, whatever you feel like, or some balloons that are deflated that have messages on them. And then when you open up, you find all these balloons that are deflated with messages on them. And I think that would be actually very, very fun. So that is another card. So I hope you got some ideas. I will put more of this on the blog, on the patron blog, so you can get some more dimensions and things like this. That's another card that I made. This, okay, you know, I've been seeing lots of tulips and lots of tulip dies. This is I made those from a stencil that I made from leaves, a leaf die. So, and then just cut the top off. So, here's the stencil, and as you can see, it just fits right in there. I drew the line on the back so you couldn't see it from the front. I did put some wax on it, and the wax has some dog hair in it, of course. And then I just took the top and did kind of a rough little wiggle at the top. And different size leaves made different size petals. I did make these by hand, but they weren't hard. But then I cut them in half where the opening was. So, but you got a lot on here. It's a big statement. You know, it's just a big statement. One thing about these guys is they will stand up, because you've got the bottom that's going to open. So that's kind of a nice thing. I know some people that's important. So, and then you've got the great big thank you, friend. Really should have a comma. And so that's what I got for you tonight. I do like these flowers, though. So very much. And there's my little guy from Friday night. We're going to be doing it again this week. We will have Biddy Penny with us with a twist since it is April Fool's Day. If you're outside the United States, I don't know if you play pranks on the 1st of April or not, but in America, we do. And so they're usually harmless and just a little bit goofy. Ours is totally harmless, at least to us. So we're looking forward to Friday night with Biddy Penny. Join us on Craft Roulette on the other channel, which is youtube.com/craft roulette. That's probably where you came from anyway. Is there anything else I need to tell you tonight? Oh, we can always do some homework and throw it in our Facebook lounge. That would be the Fun University Facebook lounge on Facebook. You do play pranks? We do. Okay, well, good. I'm glad to know that Sweden's up for a good prank. This isn't really a prank. What we're doing, we're just doing something a little bit of a twist and a little bit extra fun. So, you know how Biddy Penny is. She is a party. She's just a party. Oh, mail call. Thank you, Ellen. Thank you, Ellen. I've got it right here underneath my copious notes. I did get this wonderful package from Mary Ann Hill in Epsom, Surrey, England. And she did send this wonderful sweater or jumper, as I hear they say in England, for keeping poor Mr. Mike all warm and toasty. And he is wearing his shirt from the other night also. This is his Friday night. He wears Friday, Tuesday. That's his rotation. So anyway, thank you guys so much. I do have some lovely cards to share. Get mine out of here. Oh, wait. This one was a birthday card. Looky there. That's a big old gatefold using the same paper pack. You went to see my boyfriend, Lisa? Oh, but look at all that glitter and shine. How fun is that? And then she put all sorts of fun stuff on the inside. That's from our friend Lisa. See there? She's got the idea for a Dutch door kind of thing with surprises inside. I like that very much, but I really thought this was very fun and totally festive. A real party on a card front. So thank you so much, Lisa. Very nicely done. That's a big card front. Really big. Oh, I got a leaf in here. Gosh, it's been a while since it was sitting here. I've forgotten. Uh-oh. Where did we get this one? Oh, no. I feel like a total schmo. I am a total schmo. Was this with yours? Somebody's going to have to holler. I don't have a name. I am a schmo. Anyway, but look how this is cool because she's got a liner. That's like the expensive Hallmark cards right there. So, she put a liner in it. She has it glued on this side. And it's like copy paper weight. Very nice. I wish I could give you credit. I'm wondering if it went with this. It's supposed to be my giveaway card. It's gorgeous. Simply gorgeous. Please tell me if you recognize this beautiful card. I usually stick your name on the back so I don't forget it. Because I'm kind of a schmo that way. Oh, here we go. We're going clear back to March 17th from Danica Matters. That's really cute. She's got lots of shiny fun there. And then Mr. Gnome, he is just having to sit down. He's been at the parade all day, a little bit too much green beer. And he is feeling the Irish kisses and shamrock wishes. Very sweet note. And you should share your art with the world, sweet Danica. You have a lot to share. But this is really cute. Look at that. Aren't we glad we saw that, you guys? I am. I think it's great. It's a beautiful card. And then Mary Ann, who sent the jumper or sweater, just wrote her little note right here on a piece of paper. And then that pretty? That's a pretty way to do it too. That's not fancy like a card that you make or anything. It's just gorgeous paper. And then her little letter is on the inside, which is precious. Miss Kim Bright sent me something pretty. She's got a little cutout there. Okay, this is very, very clever. Black and white stamping right on the outside, like here, and then spotlight, some color right there. Added some pop-ups. Those are both dimensional. Pop-ups of the stamps that are underneath with color. And then a nice little note around it. She dates me, you know. Kim and I go on dates on Friday night, 6:30, right there on YouTube. But you make my heart bloom. Isn't that a cute idea with the hole in it? Gosh, I wish I could remember that. That would be a great card. Boy, if I could remember this on Friday night, oh my gosh, I would be like the best card ever. And then I got a friend sent me, little Babsy sent me this pretty card. She was over, and she's, I was going through my cards the other day, and she has sent me so many cards. Oh, she's a friend here in town, and then she came over, and we put some card kits together to give away, and she had done some painting on it, and so she said that she went home, and she was inspired, and so she went ahead and painted some more, and I thought this was just lovely. And she did, this is some detailed, she must have had some kind of detailed embossing powder, because that's real detailed image there. And then she popped up a little heart. Pretty darn sweet. We're hoping to do that again soon. It was really fun to be with a person. It's such an idea, right? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We do want to thank our patrons. I am doing taxes. I'm absolutely over the top tonight. I've been looking at spreadsheets all day. Oh my gosh. You did the parameters first, and then I did the spreadsheets and I thought I had done, well, whatever, but I got a lot in there. So you guys, each and every one of you cool kids on the list there have helped us so much. I don't think I want to share how much these shows cost, but anyway, it's good. Ellen, thank you so much for reminding me of mail call. I didn't go out today. It was one of those things. It was the 10-pound dream. I'm going to lose 10 pounds this year, and I'm going to get to the mailbox, but it didn't happen. But I see each and every one of you up there, and I thank you so much for being a part of our show, making it possible for so many people. Danica and Brian are both new to patrons, and we are really glad to have you. So fun. That was Danica's little leprechaun that we got to see there. So, all right. Let's kiss our brains. We do, and make some cards and send them over to the Facebook homework. The Fun University Lounge over on Facebook, and then join us again Friday, which is just a few sleeps away, for Biddy Penny and the Twist. I know you guys all want to know what the twist is. My lips are sealed. You know how we are. We're just teasers around here. We will keep you going. So thank you so much. Look forward to reading your comments tomorrow and see who was here in the roll call of the chat room. And Ellen, I'm looking forward to hearing good news about your surgery on Thursday and hearing from your daughter. Don't worry about us, but I would like to know. So don't you be doing anything except getting better. All right? All right. Thank y'all. Take care. We'll see you soon on Friday. Stay safe and love you. Bye-bye.